Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a did they stay or did they go video, but this is going to be Sephora edition. So I have never done this on my channel. And if you regularly watch my channel, you know that I love updating you guys on my perfume hauls. I do a lot of perfume hauls on my channel and I love to update you guys, even if it's like a year ago, 2 years ago. I love to update you guys on whether that fragrance is still in my collection or did I declutter it. So I thought that it would be very fun to start doing that with my Sephora hauls, where I have beauty products, fragrances, body care, hair care. Just Sephora is my favorite place to shop. So I do a lot of Sephora hauls on my channel as well. And I watch a beauty channel that does this and I got inspired to start doing it as well. And that is Makeup by Cheryl. So I love her channel and she does Sephora hauls, and then after a while she'll do a Sephora haul update. So I decided that that would be a great thing to start doing on my channel. I hope that you guys will enjoy these videos, these series. So for this particular haul, I'm going to start, I have so many Sephora hauls on my channel. I'm not going to go back from day one, but I am going to begin doing this starting with the last savings event, which was the one from the holidays. And I'm going to go back to that haul and update you guys on the products that I picked up and whether I love them, how I feel about them, and all of that. So let's jump right into today's did they stay or did they go? Guys, so I put all of the stuff into a Sephora bag, so it's kind of like if this was a haul. So this was my first Sephora haul from the last savings event during the holidays, and I think I had maybe like 2 or 3 hauls. So we're going to start off with fragrance. So for that sale, I picked up 2 fragrance products in that haul. The first one is a body mist, and this is from Fleur, and this is Vanilla Skin. So I picked this up for that sale. Here is how much of that product I have used up. I have actually been enjoying it more recently. This blew up on TikTok after a while. It kind of turned into like a trending viral body mist, and I will say this is beautiful. It's a very sexy vanilla. It's kind of woody to me as well. It's really nice, and it is pretty strong for it being a body mist. It creates a very nice scent bubble. So this has notes of pink pepper, pink apple, sugar crystals, lily, jasmine petals, cashmere wood, which you definitely get the sugar crystals, you get the cashmere wood, the pink pepper in the opening, it does kind of tickle your nose a little bit. Then the base is benzoin, vanilla, sandalwood, and agar wood. So this to me is a very woody, sexy vanilla body mist, and I'm not sure if I would say it's my all-time favorite. Like, I wouldn't hype it up the way that it has been on TikTok. I personally, when it comes to vanillas, I am just obsessed, in love. Shower me in this. I prefer the Frenchy cashmere vanilla. So this one to me is just a little smoother, but if I am looking for something more like on the sexy side, maybe for like the evening, I really like this one. I still like it. I love that it starts getting sweeter in the dry down. So I really pick up like the sugary, woody vanilla. Really nice. If you are a vanilla girl, I definitely recommend picking this up. I think that you would really like it. And I think layered with fragrances like Kayali Vanilla 28, YSL Black Opium Le Parfum, just layering it with vanilla fragrances would work really nice. And wearing it on its own, it performs pretty good for it being a fragrance mist. And this is a hair and body fragrance mist, so that's really nice because you can spray this into your hair and smell really nice. And you know that our hair really grabs onto fragrance, so knowing that you can spray it on your hair and it's not going to damage your hair is an added plus. So this is still in my fragrance collection. I'm still loving it, and I definitely recommend it if you are a vanilla girl. Next up, we have a travel size that I picked up, and this is by the brand Netty or Net. I'm not sure how you say this, but this is the vanilla, and here is how much I have left of this travel spray. I have been using this one a lot recently. Actually, I've been pairing it with some Victoria's Secret body care, which is the Bare Vanilla Sol, and this combination with this perfume smells really good. Now this vanilla is more of like a earthy, spicy, warm vanilla. I think it's really, really nice for bedtime, for being at home, for lounging. It's very peaceful and comforting and just really, really nice for like the end of the day after you take a shower. It's very comforting. It's not necessarily a sexy vanilla to me because I get a lot of like spice in this one. This one has top notes of mate or mate, turmeric, salt, and cardamom, and I could smell the turmeric in this. Like, you kind of get a hint of that. There's also narcissus and magnolia florals, and then there's vanilla, orris, and CO2 extracts. I'm not too sure what that is, but I wasn't really in love with this one, but ever since I started doing the scent combo with this, the next day when I would take my PJs off, the way that my clothes would smell, it's so good. But I still don't know if I'm going to purchase a full size of it. If I catch myself finishing this off and missing it, maybe I'll bring a full size into my collection. But as of right now, it's kind of like I like it, but it's not a complete love at the moment. So that is the vanilla. Another travel size that I picked up in this haul was from Prada, and it was Prada Paradox Intense. That is no longer in my collection. I sold it literally like after the second time that I tried to wear it. I realized that that was just not for me. I got the original Prada Paradox and I really, really loved it, maybe for like a couple of months, and then I kind of got over it. I decluttered mine, or I gifted it. I think I gifted it to family, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. But I saw that the Intense came out. I had a few of you guys tell me that I was going to like it, and then I also had a few of you tell me that you did not enjoy it. So I was like, let me just be safe and let me go ahead and get a travel size. So the Prada Paradox Intense has notes of pear, neroli, and bergamot, moss, jasmine, neroli essence, and bourbon vanilla, vanilla, ambrofix amber, and serenolide. The first time that I sprayed that one during the haul, I found it to be very sexy and I thought that I was really going to enjoy it. But the longer I filmed that exact same day, that fragrance just started getting stronger and stronger, and the neroli started to get greener and grassier, and I was just like, this is an absolute no. So that is why it's a really good idea to go with travel sizes before you get a full size fragrance, because it can start off very beautiful and an hour or two into the fragrance, you might be wanting to go to the bathroom and scrub that thing off. And that's what happened with Paradox Intense. I couldn't handle it, and I sold it on my Mercari. Those were the fragrances that I picked up for that haul. Next up, I picked up my Color Wow, and this is the Dream Coat Supernatural Spray. This is almost empty. I'm not even sure if it's that one or if I purchased it again since that haul, but this is the product that I love to use on my hair to prevent frizz. So I have naturally curly hair. I get keratin treatments, but I usually do them like once a year. I am due for another one very, very soon. I need it desperately. And this is the product that kind of saves me from frizz when I style my hair. When I flat iron it, I just spray this after I wash my hair. I'll spray this at night. I'll spray it kind of focusing more on like the root area, because that's kind of where I get the most like frizz and where my curls are kind of the tightest. And I'll also kind of get it like back here, and I'll make sure to spray it all over. Then I brush my hair, and the following day when my hair is dry and I'm going to style my hair, sometimes I'll spray a little bit more. And this just is my favorite. I cannot tell you how many of these I have purchased, probably like 5 or 6 by now, maybe more. And my daughter also loves it. For this haul, I got the one that came with a little travel size and with a full size. So I gave the travel size to my daughter, and then I kept the full size. So love this. Still one of the products that I really, really recommend and love for my hair. Next up, we have deodorant, and this is from Sol de Janeiro. This is the Rio Dio aluminum free deodorant, another product that I have purchased countless times. My favorite deodorant for being at home and on a day-to-day basis. If I'm going to go out somewhere, I usually go for a deodorant that has aluminum in it, just because I feel like I feel fresh for longer. But I will say this, because I did get a lot of questions. I think it was on my Instagram or YouTube shorts, I don't remember, but there was a lot of people asking me if this helps with odor. And I have to kind of give a disclaimer. I am not a heavy sweater, which I wish I was, but I can do the most extreme workout and I'll just get super red. Maybe have a little bit of sweat here and there, but I'm not the type of person who like drenches in sweat. So I don't really smell too much either. Like if I go a day without deodorant, I would have to like really get my nose in there and like sniff to even get a little bit of like a girl, like you forgot to wear deodorant. I don't really get odor like that, thankfully. So I use this every single day and I don't get any odor. I smell fresh, I smell good, I love it. If I'm moving my hands around or my arms around, I'll get a smell of the original Sol de Janeiro scent. So there's that. I feel like if you maybe are a heavy sweater or if you have a lot of body odor, maybe it won't be strong enough for you, because I saw people telling me that this did not work for them or that it didn't control the odor or anything like that. So I would say it's kind of like very personal, depending on if you sweat a lot or you don't sweat a lot. It's kind of, for me, just what I like to use on an everyday basis when I'm home and I just don't want to put a lot of the aluminum deodorants. So really, really like it. It smells really, really good and I love this for my underarms. And it also has ingredients that help with exfoliation. So it has citric acid, which is what helps with the odor. It has papaya enzyme, which gently exfoliates to help fight ingrown hairs. So I feel like that also helps a lot with any darkness in the underarm. And it also has coconut oil and mango seed butters, which softens, soothes, and moisturizes. So I love it. It's one of my favorite deodorants. Next up, we have the Amika Normcore Hydrating Conditioner. I recently featured that in an empties that I did in one of my vlog videos. I used it all up. I have purchased that conditioner many times. It's one of my favorite conditioners. It smells so good and it really makes my hair feel very soft and shiny and very nice. So I don't have no negative things to say about that conditioner. I love it. And every time that I'm due to get a new conditioner, I either go with that one or the JVN conditioners. Those are my favorites. Next up, we have the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pore Tight Toner. Went through that as well. I'm actually wanting to pick up another one for mornings. I really like that toner for the morning time. So it has watermelon extract, which soothes and delivers essential vitamins and amino acids. There's hyaluronic acid and cactus water, which quenches thirsty skin and seals in moisture. And then it has PHA and BHA, which gently exfoliate. So I feel like it's one of the best toners that I have tried, because it does help with exfoliation, but it has so much hydration in it, so your skin never feels irritated or anything like that. So it's one of my favorite toners and I went through the entire thing. Next up, we have the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, which is right here. And this, I probably would have gone through it if I didn't have 20 million other setting mist in my makeup collection, but we have a bit of a small dent. Now this, actually, I should put some on right now. This is one of my favorite setting mists if you have dry skin. I would not recommend it for oily skin, because one or two sprays of this, your skin just turns into like this juicy, plump, dewy. I do feel like it's a little bit pricey, but it smells so good. Do you guys see how it kind of added like this radiance to the skin? So it really wakes up your skin. If you put on a lot of powder, if you feel like your face is looking too matte, this will bring it back to life. I love the scent of it. I love what it does for my skin. And honestly, I need to start using it more. I have been testing out other setting mists, but I feel like nothing compares to this. This gives you, it's kind of like if you were putting moisturizer over your makeup, kind of like a moisturizer mist. It blends everything in so beautifully, so softly. I just ordered the new release from Urban Decay, which is supposed to be like a hydrating mist. We'll see how that works. But every single time that I get a dewy mist, nothing compares to the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. So I still recommend it. Beautiful. As you can see, the glow that it gives is out of this world. And it just blends everything in so beautifully. Like my makeup was not even looking this good before I sprayed this on. So love this. Next up, we have the Westman Atelier Liquid Super Loaded All Over Illuminating Drops. I've honestly only used this like once or twice. So this is something that I need to start using more of. I still have it in my collection. It's really, really nice. So this is like a liquid, highlight, but it's very moisturizing at the same time. It's not like other liquid highlights where they feel almost like metallic or shimmery. This is more of like a true wet look to the skin. I would actually like to put some on with my finger just to see how it works. Let's see. I need to use this some more. I actually have not used it as much as I should, but it just feels very hydrating. It kind of did just lift up my blush. I would recommend maybe using it with like a sponge and maybe not using it over powder because it did lift up my blush a little bit in this area here. Thankfully, I'm not going nowhere after this video because it definitely lifted up my blush. Yeah, I don't know. This one I do need to use up some more. It is pricey, so I'm not sure if I recommend this. I did use this like before my foundation and it does give a really nice glow to the skin. So I think that's a really nice way of using it. I would recommend this for dry skin types, normal skin types, but I do need to practice some more on the methods that I like to use this. So this is something that I definitely need to use some more. Next up, we have an eyeshadow palette, and this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Fall Romance palette. I actually have that on my eyes today, and I have been using it more lately just to kind of give you guys more of my thoughts. Anastasia, just, I love her palettes. She rarely ever disappoints me with her palettes, so that's why I usually just go ahead and get them. But this is the color story for this eyeshadow palette, and it is perfect for fall time, which is, I think, when this was released. There are some really nice like deep matte shades. There are some olive tones. We have some purples. Today I used the shade Smoke all over my lid, and it is the prettiest like taupey shade with like really nice glitters in it, but very small glitters. So the shades in here are really nice. I think the other day I used Fireside, if I'm not mistaken, with a few of the brown shades, and that turned out really nice, which I did put up on my Instagram, the look that I made. So yeah, this is one that I definitely recommend. The only thing that I wish that was kind of added to this palette was more of like a transition shade, because the lightest shade that you can use as a transition is Leather, and I feel like this is kind of too dark, at least for me, as a transition shade. Like, I wish there was something a little bit lighter than this, so I do have to use a bronzer when I'm using this. So for example, today I used my bronzer for my transition shade, and then I went in with the shade Smoke. That's the only thing that I wish this palette had. Here we have Crown, which is like a really nice reflective gold. Ooh, I need to do something with this shade. It's like a gold shade that has green reflex in it, so it's really nice. There's Fireside, which is one of my favorite shades. It's like a coppery metallic shade. I'm gonna do Smoke, which is the one that I have today, which is like a taupey color. And then let's swatch Divine, which is a very beautiful purple. So here are some of the shades swatched. You can definitely do some very pretty looks with this palette. So yeah, that is the Fall Romance palette, and I really like it. Another palette that I got is from Pat McGrath, and this was specifically because I fell in love with one shade, and I honestly have not picked this up as much as I should, so I should use this again soon. But this is the Pat McGrath Labs eyeshadow palette, and this is the BIJOUX Brilliance eyeshadow palette. So this one is a smaller palette, and I just fell so in love with this shade right here. It is like a bronzy shade. It's so soft. I did do a look with this, super duper soft, and it has the most beautiful gold glitter in it. So here is the shade. Gorgeous. Now I will say, when I did do the look, I brought the shadow into like the inner corner, and this has beautiful glitters, but it also has a very deep base color, so you gotta make sure to blend it really nicely, because I didn't notice, and it had a little bit of like a sharp edge, but the color is gorgeous. And then you get a matte brown shade, which is beautiful. These formulas for the Pat McGrath eyeshadows, nothing negative to say. This beautiful shade right here, which is like a pinky coppery color, a purpley brown, and then a beautiful light pink shade. So here are the colors swatched. beautiful. I definitely need to bring this out. I kind of have like the same way that I do a perfume tray, I also have an acrylic organizer with makeup that I want to focus on for the month. So this is one that I need to put in there so that I can use it some more. Next up, we have another product that I picked up, and honestly, again, I need to use it more often. This is from Hourglass, and this is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked Jellyfish palette. I did use this a few times, but as the products kept being released, you kind of start pushing things to the back of your collection, and I need to use this some more. This brings a bronzer shade, it brings some blushes, it brings some strobe light powders and finishing powders. So this is a palette that is gorgeous for traveling if you need everything kind of like in one palette. The formula of these powders is just so beautiful. I mean, it's Hourglass. I honestly need to take this out more. I do remember really loving the bronzer in here, and the blushes are really pretty. So they are more like on the natural, softer side. So if you are someone who prefers like more natural makeup, something that's not too dramatic, Hourglass is a great brand to look into. They just make the skin look super duper luminous and flawless and soft. Really, really nice. When these are released though, this is a great value because you are getting so many different formulas and powders in one palette, where one powder can cost you like $50. You get all of these for like $90. These usually come out towards the holiday season, so if you are interested, keep an eye out for the holiday season coming up. They usually release them that time of the year. Next up, we have the Patrick Ta, which this is dirty. I need to clean it, but I have been using this almost every single time I do my blush. This is the Patrick Ta double-ended blush brush, and I love it. So this side I use for more cream product, and this side I use for powder blush. And I do like that it is a pretty big, fluffy, it's not super dense or tightly packed, so you can get a nice blush application without it being too concentrated. Love this. Definitely his brushes are very, very good quality. Next up, we have the Summer Fridays Rich Cushion Cream Ultra Plumping Moisturizer. I actually gave that moisturizer to my daughter because even though it is a very nice moisturizer, it didn't make me break out. I just didn't really feel like it was moisturizing enough for me, or I didn't really feel like it was making a big difference in my skincare routine, and she needed a moisturizer, so I just gave it to her, and she's actually enjoying it more than I am. She is a teenager. She has a bit more of the acne prone, a little bit more oily skin, so it's actually better for her. I feel like people who have very dry skin like me, I don't think it's as moisturizing as I would like, but did not make me break out. It didn't cause any sensitivities on my skin, so it's not bad, but it wasn't my favorite. Next up, we have an Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush. This is in the shade At Night. I did use this a few times. I have not really reached for it recently because I do prefer this one for like fall and winter time. It is like a reddish tone blush, but since it has the swirls of this like peachy color, it just blends into this beautiful, beautiful, just soft wash of color right here. So that's what I mean by, if you prefer like a natural finish makeup, their makeup is just flawless. It's so nice. The formula is beautiful. It's not patchy at all. I already have blush, so I can't really put this on, but it's just a really pretty color. Yeah, it's definitely really, really nice for like fall and winter time. And I do have a red lip, so it might be a little too much right now, but I do love the shade. And I did end up picking up another shade in this blush formulation just because they are so easy to work with, easy to blend out, and they have beautiful, beautiful colors. Next up, I got a Say Mini Dew Blush Trio, and I am so happy that I got this. I was not really familiar with this formula. I did have one in the shade, I don't remember the shade that I had. It was like a brick color, but this one brought 3 beautiful shades. It came with Baby, which is a really nice pinky, like baby doll color. These are so nice because they're not super duper pigmented like the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch blushes. These are more just radiant, dewy, soft. So it's not one that you're going to get too much color payoff, but it does add a really nice juicy shade to the lips. There is also rosy in here, which I love as well. This is more of like a peachy shade. Here's the peachy shade. Here is baby. And they're just very soft and radiant and dewy and healthy looking. But my all-time favorite color that I think I used during a get ready with me with you guys is chili. This shade, it's so this is actually the most pigmented shade, but it is so nice and it blends out. So this is how it swatches, but it blends out into this like berry juicy, just beautiful shades. So those are the 3 shades right there. Love them. I definitely recommend that formula, especially for dry skin, which is usually what I recommend just because I have drier skin. And the last product in this haul is this Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Seeker highlight. And I was very excited about this because it looked just like the Amrezy highlight. If you are into makeup, there was a highlight that was released a few years ago with Amrezy and it looked just like this. So I was just really happy to add this to my collection, but I am gonna put a little bit just to show you guys how it looks. This is really pretty. I have used it quite a bit since getting it. Let's put some right here. It is like a golden shade. Really pretty. I didn't put on highlight today, so I'm kind of doing it heavily so that you guys can see like the color. Whoa, yeah, that was a lot. The color that it is, I kind of overdid it with the nose highlight, but I'm gonna take this makeup off anyways. It is like a golden light highlight and I think it's really pretty. I do have a lot of texture going on right now because the usual. Every time that I get my skin clear, beautiful, just pores are nice and tight and the texture is smooth, Amy decides to experiment with skincare and I end up like totally messing up my face. So I did try out a product which was the Avene Sickle Fate. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but everyone raves about that. And since I love the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast, everyone is like, oh, if you love Cicaplast, you will totally love the Avene one even more. When I tell you, that clogged my pores, gave me blackheads. It didn't give me cystic acne, thank God, because I just got over a really bad breakout not too long ago, but it just gave me a lot of texture like around this area, texture here, and then I had blackheads as well, and just no. I am using that product for my daughter's eczema because do you see what that spray does? It just melted that highlight into the skin. I think that is enough talking for today. I really liked doing this update video and I love a lot of the products that I picked up. I really didn't get rid of anything when it comes to this haul. I used up some products completely and some of them are still favorites in my current makeup routine and all of that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like this. I know previously some of you guys told me that you would enjoy updates of Sephora hauls. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if there are any products that you love that I talked about. Give your opinion about them. I cannot wait to read and chat with you guys. And with that said, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.